this is really weird that happened. I mean, is it weird or is it like we should have all known this? Okay. So um I did my I did like just like a general blood test like a couple of or 6 weeks ago or something like that. And then they're like, oh, it's all good except for like your thyroid is a little high, right? And then Tara's like, oh, maybe you have like a thyroid condition, whatever. So like instead of her like suggesting things, she's like, go to the best specialist for thyroids. Okay. For like natural medicine, not like a MD. So I like book with her and she's like looking at my stuff and she's like, oh, I don't think this is a thyroid condition. And I'm like, oh, but the numbers are high or whatever. And then she said like the a lot of the people that she treats, it's actually pollution based. So your thyroid is not just like a regulator of your internal, like what's going on in your body. It's also a regulator of what you're putting into your body.
Hmm.
Okay, you follow me? So it's like the modulator. Like if your thyroid's out of whack, you're kind of messed up overall
Sure.
because it adjusts your like hormones, your sleep, all that stuff, right? And what she was saying is that we are in the prime area for pollution. And I was like, "Oh, what do you mean?" So she's like, "The factories, and not just the factories, it's the headwinds. So all of the pollution, it actually passes through Ontario, and like it like makes its way through and then goes out. So like we're actually breathing in this pollution all the time. So like she's like, it might be that your thyroid is acting up against like the pollution. And I'm like, oh, I didn't even think about that, you know? And then she was like, you also said you have like sleep apnea, right? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, it could be a dairy thing. So your body, like if your body's just fully, if your body's fighting off a lot of things like inflammation, pollution, all that, your thyroid's having a hard time trying to like regulate things.
Sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like oh, it's just overload. You know. Plus, I do work. I like go to jujitsu and stuff, and like the body's trying to heal on top of that. So it's like
Yeah.
you're just like hammering the body, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then right. So your thyroid's trying to keep up. So what she said is like, okay, let's just try something at first, and then like we'll test again and see where you are in like 6 weeks. So she's like, take this like supplement that basically what it does is clear your like mucus from the body. So she's like, I don't think you have a sleep apnea issue. I think that your sinuses are all clogged because you said you can't really breathe through your nose, right? And I was,
Hmm.
I've never been able to breathe. I'm like a mouth breather. Even like when I sleep, I like sleep with like the reason why I got the sleep apnea machine is because I snore because my mouth's open, right? And then I was saying how like, oh, when I go to the Philippines, like I can breathe, and she's like, yeah, that makes sense because there's no like I can breathe through my nose.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, it's, I thought it was like salt water or like humidity or something. She's like, no, it's most likely pollution, right? And then, so she's like, yeah, just like remove the milk because milk is probably what's causing like mucus and inflammation. And then try this like supplement, right? So I started doing it and then I was like, okay, well, I also drool when I sleep. So like I just tape my mouth and I'm actually getting better sleep without the sleep apnea machine. Like I have watches, right, that track
Sure.
my sleep. And usually like when I don't sleep with the sleep apnea machine, it's like, oh, you didn't recover, blah, 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 right?
Hmm.
And then with the sleep apnea machine, it's like, oh, it's good, but I keep waking up because like I have to adjust it in the middle of the night. It'll like move, right? And you're like, oh damn. And then like
Oh,
it's
okay.
disrupting my sleep. And then with the mouth tape and then just being able to breathe through my nose, I'm getting like scores of like 99 I've never achieved before. And it says like excellent sleep. I'm like, what is going on? You know what
Hmm.
I mean? So it's like, bro, why? Because the doctor was like, we don't treat thyroid stuff until you hit like a level of 10. I was level of 4. And then the ND was like, but the optimal range is zero point 0.5 to 1.2 or something, and you're at 4. So it's like, we need to fix this. Even though the MD says you don't need to fix it, like there's obviously something going on, right? And then like just
Sure.
through not like I didn't take any drugs, bro. I'm like a supplement that your body naturally makes is like what I'm taking. So it like helps break down like the mucus and the
Hmm.
inflammation or whatever. And then just a little bit of freaking tape over my mouth. And I'm like
Hmm.
getting better sleep quality than before. And it'd be crazy if I get like the blood test back and it's like, oh, your thyroid's down. It's like, oh, you figured out how to like de-stress the body, you
Right.
know?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But it's like, bro, why are these so simple? You know what I mean? It's like tape is like I'm using my finger tape from jujitsu. I'm not even using like night tape, you
Hmm.
know?
Hmm.
So it's like, why do we have all these solutions that are so easy and accessible? But it's like we're not trying to like spread that information.
Right.
Question mark. Isn't that
Hmm.
weird?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do you think it's built that way? Do you think it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of weird to me. I'm just like, nobody told me this. Like, the MD was just like, yeah, we should just like test your levels, make sure it doesn't keep going up. And if it ever hits 10, like, we'll give you thyroid medication. But 10 is like, you need thyroid, like, you're in trouble, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right.
So, like, yeah, thoughts? I don't know. It's like weird. It's like more like Joe Rogan conspiracy. What's going on?
No, I think as you say it, I don't think we are. I think that these are the things that we're finding solutions for without needing medications. Well, I mean,
No, no, right,
waiting
right,
for
for
medications.
sure. Right, right. But it's like, why did we not place emphasis on this in the beginning?
I think we had a
Because these were there though. These were there. These are old like ND stuff isn't new.
no, no,
It's
no.
old
But
stuff.
supplements are
Yeah.
new though.
What do you mean like the um like the thing I'm taking? You mean like that?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
NAC, so it's called like NAC. Um, okay, fair because of technology. I understand
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But like, what about the education piece? Because like one thing like Tara like is an ND, right? And she's like, they don't teach the same things to like NDs as MDs. And then like there's other things that like Tara learned outside of ND school that like she didn't even learn in school for health. Like for
Hmm.
example, um like weight loss is very simple. It's just I've always said this because like anecdotally I've seen it in myself. So it's caloric. The more energy you put into your body, the more it stores. So the less energy you put in, the less it'll store. It's
Hmm.
very simple.
Yeah,
It's just basic math, right?
yeah,
But like NDs and MDs, they're all like, oh no, like you shouldn't track calories. And it's like that's literally just math, bro. It's like if you're consuming more than you should be, like your body's gonna store it.
yeah, yeah.
But
Of
it's like
course. Yeah.
taboo. But it's like taboo. So it's
Hmm.
like, why are we not looking at the like I'm gonna get a little heat for this, but like there was a whole moment where they were like, oh, remember like any body's a beautiful body back
Hmm.
during like COVID time. For sure. That's a perspective thing, right? So like your body, like you can find whatever body you want beautiful. I'm just talking about healthy metrics, right? So if like you're like overweight and your body's like telling you, hey bro, your cholesterol's high, you should probably fix this. It's like, yeah, that's not healthy. You might find it beautiful. But beauty and like objective truth and subjective truth are completely different. You know
Okay.
what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, like the whole world is wrapped up in subjective truth, and it's just like, bro, let's. Why can't we all be objective? I don't understand.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But like, is it just me? Am I like the only one? Like,
No, I think scientists agree with you too on that.
but like, why don't we do it? You know what I mean? Well, scientists do actually. Yeah, there's a lot of scientists who are like, oh, we can focus on like having cars that run off of water, but then they don't make
Yeah,
it popularized. You know,
yeah,
it's like the commercial aspect that's holding everything down, and it's just
yeah,
like, bro, come on. You know?
yeah. Because we're most people are that, not scientists, right?
But on top of that, it's like they don't make that information widely available.
Hmm.
Like very like basic nutrition. Like so like on this journey, it's been a lot of like hitting my head against the wall. Right? You're almost like, okay, I'm going. Oh damn, that's the wrong move. Oh damn, that's the wrong move. Right? And it's like that accumulation of like wrong move, wrong move, wrong move could have easily like somebody else has to go through that same thing to find the solutions. But it's like if you had just like went direct and was like, this is the solution, because most people know that this is the solution,
Hmm.
it's like we could save a lot of headaches for people. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
right.
Or like if they're like, oh, you're a diabetic, right? And you're like type 1 or type 2. And then like, oh, type 2, right? So, okay, that's diet and lifestyle, right? And then you're just like, but there's a way to reverse it. But they're
Hmm.
not going to be like your MD is not going to give you a diet plan, not going to explain like calorie intake and like sugar.
Sure. Yeah.
They're just gonna be like, here's a pre-diabetic drug if you want to take it. Like just watch your. All they say is like watch your nutrition,
Hmm.
right? Like why, bro? You know, I just feel like we've been cheated.
Yeah, I can see that. I can understand that.
Okay, but you don't think it's as crazy as I think it's crazy.
No, because that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying there wouldn't be even MD or NDs then. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but okay, but ND's also not covered. So unless you have insurance, you got to pay a lot of money to go to an ND.
Yeah, 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 I get that.
So it's like, bro, why are you making so many barriers to entry? You know what I mean?
Yeah, these are the things you have to fight for within. Well, like, does those kinds of people have to ask for putting those things into our system, right?
But what if you don't even know? What if you're like you don't even know that you don't know? You know the unknown unknowns.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's like somebody who's just suffering with like diabetes. It's like, dude, there's a solution,
Mm-hmm.
like a natural solution
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
before it gets too far. You know,
Yeah.
obviously, like if you're like crazy into it, your body's like already broken. It's too far. But like if you're not there yet, we can fix this. You know?
No, no. I think that would be the people, the organizations behind the NDs to, uh, what do you call, like, they say to, it's not inform, but it's like there's ways that it goes in order to tell policies like what's better and why it's better for a society, these sort of things, right?
Mm.
Is that happening? Is the other question. Like the ones who can prove these things are how it can affect. It's better in a way to save money overall, better health for citizens, things like that.
So you have to like tie it to a financial benefit before you can make it a citizen benefit.
No, no, no. I'm just saying like however way you want to argue it, right?
But like, why are we not making this? Like, what I'm really what I'm really realizing now is like with everything. Okay, when I started in networking before getting into marketing, right? I was taking some marketing classes, and like because of the punk rock in me, I was like, oh, don't trust anything, right? And then as I learned marketing, I was like, oh, it is all just kind of like a sham. Especially when you learn business, you're like, oh, you're just always optimizing for profit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like, okay, but you think it's like maybe that's a conspiracy, you know? And then now we have things like the Epstein files coming out, like this Iran war, this like UAP stuff, and you're just like, okay, that is on the like that is on like the very highest level. So what else are you lying to us about? And then you just see like the health thing where it's like, oh, I thought I needed a CPAP machine, but it turned out I was just like like inflamed,
Mm-hmm.
and then now I could breathe, you know? And it's just like, bro,
Right.
like, you know what I mean? It's just like the more the more time passes by, the more you realize more and more that like there's a game,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, why are we not in the like the interest of everyone?